Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian. We're back with more Supergirl. So last episode, let's see, was it Hope is taking over Eve? So that's kind of creepy. There's a lot of potential for disaster going on there. What's his face? Will, that's his name. The dude that was kind of being a douche to Kara. He's apparently not a complete douche. I don't know why he's at work, but there's that. I guess we're trying to find out more about what he's actually about, because either there's something going on. Whenever, like, those pictures he saw of Andrea and some other dude, I forgot his name already. They showed it, I think, on the headline or whatever it was, but I don't remember what it was. Will had Kara tracked too. Don't know how I didn't figure out that Kara's Supergirl, but whatever. Malefic, I think he's going. John's brother, he's going by in this show. Unless he might change his name to like Malefic, but we'll see. Yeah, he showed up and he saw his reflection, I think, and it spoke to him. I mean, I'm assuming he's lost his mind. At first I thought it was some other being in like mirror dimension or something like that. I don't know, because it showed it shifting, but it could just be him. It's probably just him seeing things, telling him that he needs to reset his mind. Don't know what that's gonna do, because with John it said, or with Kelly said with John it could like reset his mind entirely and it'd be bad for him. So I don't know why it would be different for Malefic. And then there's Brainy. Was trying really hard to make Nia very happy, but he's doing a little much. She's kind of being overwhelmed by it. So that's probably like the most important thing of the show so far. And there's the crap with Andrea. She threatened Lena, threatening to expose her that she was trying to steal her tech to the world. I said this last episode. It's not really something you should be doing. You should not threaten anybody with the last name Luther. It's not a good idea. As we see, Lena can be pretty vindictive. I think that's it. So anyway, jump to the episode. Hey, you're the dude. For you. What in the world?
Hey, Jared. Blowing me off was not a smart move.
Was Zion clear the first 12 times?
You're gonna die. Oh no! Ah! He warned you.
Do you even know that woman? I just met her. Why? She just told you her whole life story? It's kind of my job to listen, guys.
Kelly, you were attacked by a shapeshifter. No matter how I manipulate the frequency, the transmitter will only allow me to read information from the brain. If I try to augment it, I get a zombie effect.
And you don't want a world of robots, you just want better people.
Right. I don't trust people, Hope. I believed I could once. I had friends that made me believe I could. But they betrayed me like everyone else.
Your brother, Lex, was the worst of them, but I believe he could help you now. However, upon further analysis, retrieving them would be impossible.
Unless yes, Kara.
For me, maybe, but not for everyone.
Just thank you for poem 127. 127.
Yes, I've almost mastered the sonnet.
Oh, I think you've got it.
I shall move on to the villanelle, a more complicated form, but capable of much deeper emotional resonance. As exemplified by Dylan Thomas's...
Just tell him.
A 33-year-old genius doing significant work in the field of extending life dies young, unexpectedly. It's tragic, and certainly worth a story.
There's hard news, legitimate feature, or brain candy.
Sentimental tripe you just pitched us as a category of its own. Trash.
How dare you?
William's right. A dead scientist is not sparkly.
And there's no substantive story.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Huh?
Au revoir. You brought me coffee eclairs? From Café Rue Salette on the Champs-Elysees?
I know they're your favorite.
And the cappuccinos. Did you really go to Pavé in Milan?
It didn't take me that long.
You know what? I have really been missing out on the perks of having Supergirl as a best friend.
Well, we have a lot of lost time to make up for.
Yeah, but you know you don't have to go to Paris to pick up a lunch car. That's not what's important to me. To tell you the truth, I haven't had the easiest time of it since Lex. I've been having nightmares. I try not to sleep.
Oh, Lena.
Nights are filled with apocalyptic visions of torture and anguish at the hands of my brother. You know, the really frustrating part is I figured out a way to heal myself. I mean, do you remember the journals we found at Stryker's? Of course. Well, reading them is the only thing that calms me. Somehow, hearing Lex's voice takes the mystery away and the terror.
Well, I could get them for you.
Cara, don't be ridiculous.
The journals will help you heal, and they're only locked up due to a technicality. I could go and get them, and no one would ever know.
No, I couldn't ask you to do that.
You're not asking. I'm offering.
Cannot connect to the hive mind.
He can't do it. What's wrong with you? He can't do anything.
Stop him, Malefast.
To be conscripted by the White Martians allowed the Council to send him to that purgatory. The agony in my heart. It's unbearable.
He wasn't evil, he was a child. He needed our help. And then my father goes and compounds the tragedy by wiping his memory from the collective. For Martian's death isn't final, but erasing a memory is. It's as if my father murdered his own son.
Sean, come on.
And the hypocrisy. His whole life was about being a holy man.
They aren't tattoos. This is an orifacian. This is an alien organism that attaches to a host body. This is the original host. This orifacian was one of the aliens that Lex had transferred out of our desert facility and obviously is still at large. It can transform back and forth between a tattoo and a three-dimensional creature, making her uniquely dangerous and very hard to stop.
I don't think I invited you here.
I invited myself.
Okay. Why, dude, I didn't know you were showing up. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, she might be a little bit better and stronger fighter than you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, James. James.
This device uses magnetic resonance to attract the heavy
Explain
metals in
later,
the ink.
Alex.
You ready?
We're examining the evidence.
Father, you did the best you could for Mal. It's not your fault.
He was my boy.
Jean.
My child. He could not control his illness. The test was mine and I failed.
Kronmir, forgive me. And seeing him like that, rather than finding the strength to lift him up, I crossed a line that's unforgivable in my culture. I spent the last 300 years trying to repent for having fled Mars, only to find out that is the least of my sins.
Dr. Stern, we have reason to believe that you are the target of an assassination.
Oh, too late. Use a thingy.
Dr. Stern.
Oh.
Nice shot.
Seriously, that was very risky.
You were really starting to bug me.
God dang it, Kara.
You're him.
Oh crap! No!
My inception power, it worked.
Oh right, he's connected to Jean, or she's connected.
That's Kelly.
Uh-oh. That's a lot of spiders you gotta trap. Ugh.
Who do you work for? Who do you work for? She's dead.
What just killed her?
Wait, is that Shade?
In gratitude, I'll grant you a quick death.
Jean, hurry!
Alfred, no! No! Aramri's curse!
Kemur, haraut, mi rout.
Ik aralt pu es Ik ken haar.
No, wait, there he is, the janitor.
You can see me?
Uh-oh.
Kevin, look out!
You asked me to be myself, to be completely myself with you, but now you tell me you don't want that. I can only operate at 100%. That's just how I'm built.
Oh, come
Which is
on.
entirely my problem,
Don't.
and not yours.
For real? Don't do this, guys. Come on.
I don't know how much longer I can keep us all going.
Keep at it. And good luck.
I hope we haven't crossed any boundaries.
No, for a friend like you, there are no boundaries.
Don't tell her that.
Deciphering now.
Now I know what I have to do.
Alright, sorry, I don't know why, but my copy for the episode cuts off right after she says, "No, I know what I have to do." So I don't know if there's a little extra bit after this, but I don't have it on mine for some reason. But okay. God dang, I'm really upset with Lena this episode. the conversation she had with Hope on about, you know, she had friends before but they betrayed her, so she can't trust anybody now. Like, that's, I know you've been betrayed by Eve and who else? By, I guess, your mom? Who else has betrayed you? I'm trying to think. Like, I know she's mentioned like people keep betraying her. People aren't gonna be perfect. It happens. You can't. Oh, God, Lena. And then you see how obviously Kara's like, she cares about you a lot, and you know that. But and you're seeing just how much she's trying to like make up for like the time that she has kept it secret from you, going all over the world to get your favorite foods, and you're gonna manipulate her, you know, making her feel sorry for you when you're putting up this. Well, part of it might be true as well, but it's just like, you know, using the excuse, you know, like you having these nightmares about Lex, maybe she is, but then saying, you know, the way to heal is by getting these journals, but I can't get them because they won't let me. Pushing Kara, I mean, not necessarily pushing, but in a way pushing her to steal from the government. Like even Alex was telling her, like, no, that's not something you can't do that. That's against the law. Even though Kara is true that she has been breaking the law. Either way, I mean, kind of, she's, you know, when she broke into Rikers before to get the intel on Lex beforehand, but I mean, and they're also hacking into the cameras of the club to investigate the dude's death. What's his name? Jared. Onto Will on this whole Jared thing. Like, why did he go after? Like, what? Seeing those pictures, why do you, like in the last episode, why do you like freak out for a second? Like, was he not supposed to know? Because then he goes over and calls somebody, which I'm wondering if it's Leviathan that's having him do these things, because they haven't shown them yet. But in the premiere of the season, they called back to Leviathan. I'm pretty sure. So I'm wondering if that, because he also said, like, I don't know how long I can keep doing this one, and they keep employing people with, like, aliens or powered people. Like, one was an alien, the spider thing. I forgot what she said it was, but apparently it uses a host, and I had thought that it was just controlling the girl. I didn't know, like, was it a power that they get? Because after they sucked in the spider, Alex is like, who are you working for? And then I think this is just a shot in the dark, because it was a shadow that came in out of nowhere, killed the girl, and then disappeared. It could be somebody else with the shadow-based powers, but I'm wondering if that's supposed to be Shade in this show, in this universe. I don't know a whole lot about Shade, just from like what I saw in the Justice League show cartoon and in Young Justice. And I think I saw him. Did I see him in something else? I think I saw him in Batman Beyond. I don't remember. A different version, obviously, but anyway, yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, like, why Will's doing when he's like working with whoever he's working with. Like, then maybe it's Leviathan, because apparently, like, they get stuff on you and they kind of force you to do it, but they're still give them benefits as well. So, like, they paid him a lot of money, but he seemed very reluctant and kind of disappointed in himself or something that he did it. So I'm just curious as to if that's the case here with, like, Leviathan. Again, we haven't seen them yet, and they're apparently kind of a big deal. The only mention we've had of them is Eve. She didn't say them by name, I don't think. I don't recall, before she was possessed by Hope. So I wonder how long they're going to be gone, James and Kelly, because, I mean, I get Kelly leaving. Well, I get James leaving too, wanting to be there for his sister. But, like, show-wise, I'm wondering, I didn't expect James to be going with Kelly. I'm wondering how long that it's going to be. I hope it's not too long, because I kind of like James being here, being back as Guardian, being active. Even though he wasn't able to do too much against the super-powered alien, because, she was super strong and, had that freaky tattoo thing. That could have killed him. Luckily, it didn't act as fast for some reason. I'm guessing because it wasn't directly to his heart, so maybe it was going to take longer. I don't know. Also, Card probably flew him there fast. I don't know. I mean, we saw it act pretty quickly. Like, once it went to his chest, it went straight for his heart, and it didn't seem like it took that long to get there. I know it was pretty much like right there in his chest, but like the movement, it didn't seem like it was slow. So, but I'm glad he's alive. I'm not saying I wish he had been killed, but it just doesn't match. I don't know. But anyway, God, I can't imagine. Ugh, it was like all in his head still. What was it? I wonder what they were doing. But luckily, Alex had that. I forgot what she said it was, and then she just sucked the freaking spiders out of his head. God dang, it was weird. It was like, what is it? I'm trying to think of something that it reminds me of. It looks like, I can't remember what I've seen in them, but like the effect they do when they show someone, like, I guess their soul being ripped from them, and it shows like kind of a wispy version of their face being pulled from their face. I can't remember what it's from, but yeah, it looked kind of like that. But now really quick, we'll go into this slightly smaller bit with Billy and with Brainy and Nia. I hate that. Why did they do that? Like, they just got them kind of working out. Well, they got Nia to finally get him to accept get him to open up and not worry so much about opening up to her 100%. And now they're just like, well, I can only run 100%, so it's not really, I can't just stop. It's not. I mean, he's not blaming her for it, but he's just saying it. If it's too much for you, I'm sorry. I'll just go. if that's supposed to be like them breaking up, I mean, I don't think it's just gonna end there. Like whether they broke up or not, I don't think like that subject's gonna be left to rest. Obviously, we're gonna go into that drama later on, but I kind of don't like that they did that. I'm like, why would you? We just kind of got this. You're just gonna 3 episodes in, you're gonna end it already. Like they were in the relationship by the end of last season, in the finale, but just barely. So I don't like that they did that. It made me sad too. Like I hated seeing Brainy so like broken hearted, and just kind of drained. But I also hate that they did that to them, because they seemed happy, and then they just 3 episodes in. I don't know. That just rubs me the wrong way. But moving on to Jean. First, I felt terrible that seeing Carl Lumley. Jesus, I couldn't remember his name for a second. I hated seeing him like breaking down like that, and to the point where he felt just absolute pain, despair, like the destruction in his heart from having to imprison his son in the Phantom Zone, and feeling responsible for pushing him to depend on the White Martians and causing them to betray their people or their species. Before, when we found out, I'm wondering if I should have known that, but before we found out that it was Jean who actually wiped the collective mind, as well as first his dad's actually. The way he was angry towards him, like I know I get it's part of your culture, and that it's it's the worst sin possible that you could commit, and that he's like one of their priests. I don't know if he's the priest, but he's one of their priests essentially. But it's like you just see the despair that he was feeling, like the fact that he would do that. Whether at first when I thought it was him, I thought maybe it was an accident, just like the amount of emotional, like the weight that was crushing him, caused him to subconsciously or inadvertently like cause the mind wipe, and so that it was so powerful that it even spread to the collective. I thought that's what that was. So that's what I was thinking that it was before Jean was kind of getting on him about it, more so. And I was still kind of thinking that maybe what it was, that was maybe what it was, but then we find out that it was Jean, and I think that would hit me more. Well, they showed it more, that Jean breaking down, telling his father that we need you, I need you, you're strong, you can, it's not your fault. He goes with what he feels is the easier way, and committing the ultimate sin for his culture, and wiping his father's mind, and then wiping the collective as a whole, along with his own memory of his brother. Finding that out just that tore him up. Like he felt the utmost guilt, like a massive amount of weight now just fell onto him. Ashamed of not just wiping like basically his brother's existence from everybody's mind, but the fact that he committed his people's biggest sin. I think David Harewood is one of the male actors that if I see them cry, it's hard not to sympathy cry with them, because it's just I hated seeing that from him. It was just, and I was also wondering, like, maybe if like when he wiped his father's mind, I'm wondering if maybe that led, like, had an effect on his mind that maybe caused the deterioration. I mean, the fact that they didn't address that, then maybe it's not the case, but that's what I was thinking at first. Like, if that were the case and he finds that out, that's gonna destroy Jean, like, completely. Like seeing that killed me. Whenever that was happening, seeing his father, his mind fading, and it just, I almost got. I can't. It's hard to talk about. It's just because that, like, seeing that is just having such a similar situation. But yeah, if that winds up being the case, John finds out that he might be responsible for his dad's deterioration. Oh god, I don't want that to be the case. But I'm pretty sure that it's not the case, just because of the fact that they didn't lead that way in discussion. It was more so that it was his fault. He's the one that committed the sin. So I think that's all that it is. It doesn't have to do anything with his father's mind deteriorating. So I'm really hoping that's not the case. But Malefic apparently has restored his Inception powers now, which sucks. Because now he can make anybody do anything he wants. I'm wondering if he would work on Supergirl. I don't think Jean can read Superman. Yeah, Jean can't read Superman's mind, Clark's mind. So maybe it wouldn't affect. Maybe he can't affect Kryptonians, because I don't think he can read Kara's mind either. So maybe Malefic can't impose his will onto Kara either. Maybe, I don't know if. I mean, the power might be different. I mean, I know it's different, but I don't know if it, like, the Martian ability would have that effect on a Kryptonian, because it's still a Martian ability. So I don't know if that would work. I hope not. That'd be really helpful. Otherwise, it's gonna be really difficult to take him down. The effect that when he shot at Kelly with his Inception abilities, it, like, I guess the effect it had on the context, like, I guess passed it on to her. Like, I know it, like, created a link between them, so now she can tell when whether he's transformed to disguised as somebody else, like shapeshifted into them. She'd still, Jesus, having trouble talking. She'd still know who he was. So that's cool, but that definitely put her in danger, which is why they sent her away. But yeah, I'm really hoping that maybe Kara has a defense against that, because otherwise I don't know how we're gonna deal with that. I mean, they could create like maybe a thing like they do in Flash, the helmet that protects them from Grodd's telepathy. I mean, maybe they might be able to do that. Oh, but speaking of Malefic, Sean Astin showed up. That's cool. I don't know, it was just I mean, usually when they guest star people, you don't expect them showing up, by the way, but it's like, I don't know, it was seeing Sean Astin there. One, the fact that he's in Lord of the Rings, and two, seeing him from Bob in Stranger Things. God, I hate seeing that so much. But yeah, it's cool seeing him in Supergirl. I don't know why. I mean, it sucks seeing him as a bad guy, even though it's not him, but it sucks seeing him as a bad guy. His character play as a bad guy. I mean, I don't think we're gonna see him as Sean Astin again, considering what would be the point. But maybe it'd be cool seeing him back. I did like whenever Nia and John connected minds, and it just showed that everybody in human form. He asked Nia why they were in human form, and it was she's saying it must be so that it's how her mind can understand things. I just like that they did that. We're gonna save on budget, so we're not gonna create everybody to look like an alien, because that's take a lot of work, and to have the kids kind of deal with the little dots too probably would be a bit of a nuisance, and to have them sit still long enough for them to put that on them as well. It would just be a lot of work. So I kind of thought that was a clever way to kind of work around that. I mean, I think that they've done that kind of a thing before. Like, it was like, well, they look like this so that our human mind can perceive this in a way that makes sense to us. But still, I like that they use that. But the kids why are kids such jerks in shows? Like, why do they do that? And I mean, I know they're kids. The actors are kids. So I mean, the performance itself, they weren't great. But regardless, why do they gotta be such jerks in shows? Like, I don't understand. Like, he can't connect to the hive, and he can't use the abilities that the other Martians use. So they're like, oh my god, he can't do it. What's up with him? And they start shoving him. Like, I mean, why? I don't. And then he, uses his Inception ability and basically destroys them. Can't blame the kid for having an outburst like that when these kids are being absolute douchebags. And then so thanks to you guys, he was he caused the destruction of y'all's race. So good job on you guys. I was a little worried whenever Hope mentioned that the prototypes, that Lena said the prototype of the way they had things working, or that they had the way she had things worked out at that moment. it would mainly make people into zombies. So, and that wasn't what she was. Obviously, that's not what she wanted. But I was worried, like, is that gonna happen? Is like maybe Hope gonna do that? To, like, you know, if everybody's relaxed and basically lobotomized, you know, humanity is better. You know, you won't have to have the complications of humanity. So there's your answer, Lena. But I think that I don't think that's gonna be the case. Now she wants to mind control people, which, God, Lena, I get you can't. Just because things don't work out the way that you want them to, you can't force people's will into the way you want it to. I mean, I know a lot of people, depending on how they're feeling at the moment and what they're going through, would love that. But I mean, that's just Lena. Come on. Do you not understand just how much of a mad scientist, evil person you're sounding like right now? This sounds like something that Lex would do. And I know you're like, you kind of seem to have embraced the whole Luther side in the first episode. You're like, when, you know, when we're, you know, betrayed, we're like a scorpion, we sting back or something like that. But still, I mean, Lena, this is a lot for you. Come on. I hate that they're doing this. It's just, it still irked me the way she was, like, the way she manipulated Carl like that. Like, she knows that she loves her so much and that she wants their friendship to be as it was, and she's just using it to as much as she can. Alright, guys, that's it for this week's episode for Supergirl. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to stick around for next week's episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to check out the rest of our stuff, go ahead and visit our channel. If you want to support us, go ahead and check out our Patreon. You get access to polls to vote on shows you want us to react to replace them that we're already finished with. Early access for certain shows, stuff like that. Link for that will also be in the description down below. Again, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you all next week.